Hi, everyone. I am Ronit on the East Coast,
Whiskey on the West Coast. And we are
and we are
hopelessly
hopelessly unedited.
unedited.
Anyway, so before we started the start button, Whiskey said that you need to let the audience know something important, which I'm going to let everyone know. I got hot
Yeah.
finally. But the guy came in and installed it, and he was at the house all day, didn't say anything, and he just left at about 3 o'clock. And and then we're like, do we have hot water? We turn it on, and then we did have hot water. Everything looks good. So yes, I'm back. Hot water's back.
Isn't it weird when people come and they just leave? They don't tell you I'm done, I'll see you later, or
No,
send you my bill
didn't
later.
say. We actually didn't even know he was here. All of a sudden, we saw a truck, and we heard something. I was like, okay, he's here. At least he's here. And then he was just gone, just like that. It's like magic, hot water.
I figure,
So
well, I'm glad you have hot
yeah,
water. Now I can come visit.
yeah, come visit. Anyway, so yeah, last time we talked about things that we took for granted. Hot water was one of them, and this time we kind of flipped it a little bit. We're going to talk about things that I don't want to say things that we can't live without, because we're humans, we make do, but we don't want to live without. But I think Worst Case has a bunch of questions for me
I always have
to
questions.
start this out.
I didn't do a rapid fire. I think I'm just going to do a bunch of questions because
Okay, let's do it. Let's do
you
it.
know, you're so much fun to talk to. So, would you rather lose every chair in the world or every pillow?
Every chair, because I can sit on the pillow, right?
So you'd
If
sit
I
on
have
the
to.
floor all the time. Or you'd have to
Yeah,
make a
flip the
pile of
pillow.
pillows to sit
Well,
kind of
yeah, but
normally.
the thing is, I can also sit on the bed.
I suppose you
I'm
could sit on a
cheating.
bench that doesn't have a pillow. You could sit on a
Yes,
chair with no pillow.
I
Yeah.
could. But the thing is that I think for me it's okay. I don't know if I ever told you when I was little in Hong Kong. Um, our family, the beds, they were like boards, and then they put a rattan kind of mat over it for the summer. So I slept on really hard boards. And in the winter time, they would put it's not really even a pad, it's like a thick cotton blanket. It's like this thick. It's like weaved together and they put it on top. And then we slept on it. So I'm very used to hard surfaces. But I've met people here, um, they don't really like harsh surfaces. We're sitting on a bench. They're like, oh my gosh, I need a pillow because it's hurting my butt and I didn't know it's a thing. So, anyway. So, pillow, I find it very useful. I don't need a chair.
Yeah. I kind of agree, I think.
Yeah?
I would hate to have to sit down on the ground all the time.
Yeah, if it have to be cross-legged, that's pretty hard because sometimes,
It
right
would be
now
very
it's so
uncomfortable.
okay.
It would be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I would rather lose the pillows.
We have a friend that we work together with him, whom grew up in Switzerland, speaks French. I think you know who I'm talking about.
His name's like my
And
cat's name, Max.
yeah,
No.
so I went to his apartment one time. He had pillows everywhere on the floor. Like, those really nice kind of Middle Eastern pillow. He said he only sits on the floor. So some people do
Well,
that
that's a
anyway.
good, I think it's a good habit to have. It's just not a habit I have. At my age, it would be kind of a bummer to have to do that.
Difficult to switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Um, so another question, if toilets had never been invented, what do you think we would have instead? With billions of people on the planet,
um
big piles of shit everywhere.
I think we'll still dig holes. No? I would want to dig a hole. Wouldn't you? Like,
I,
I don't know. Number one,
I can't
then
think
it
of
would
it.
just
Like if I
be
didn't have a toilet in my house, I would have to go in my front yard and my backyard. But if you live in an apartment, what would you have instead? Like a little
chamber
box?
pot. Chamber pot. That's what they did. Didn't they just throw it all out the window
Yeah.
way back when? And then everybody got sick. Cholera, that outbreak, isn't it? That's what they come from. The book I read. Yeah. It's gross, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine doing that. Because, otherwise you leave your apartment in the morning with your little chamber pot and you do something with what's inside of it. And then you take it with you to the office, because you have to pee somewhere there too. And there are no toilets.
Well, but think about that. Because we have sewage systems, right? And then we have septic, right? How if, as you said, we didn't have toilet, we didn't have all that, right? So we carried a chamber pot everywhere, but then technology advances. Do you think humans, would think of, all right, all y'all put your stuff out from the chamber pot to this big collection thing, and then they're gonna shoot the thing to space to dispose of it? Do you think we will think of it that way instead of burying on the ground?
That's such a bummer.
Never did. What?
It's such a bummer to shoot it off into space. We have so many things, so many items in space already. Like, it's really crazy. There's a website that you can go to, and it shows you all the trash that's outside orbiting the Earth. So it'll show you the satellite, the space station. It'll show you like shuttle debris, anything that has been shot up there.
Oh,
that hasn't come back down.
When we explore space, get in orbit and stuff, those are the waste that we put out. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the shuttles, the devices.
Wait. So remember a couple of episodes ago we talked about how we go to the bathroom in the space station or in the shuttle. So where do they take them back on Earth, or do they dispose? I'm
gonna share this with you. Oops.
I mean, that's kind of gross. I thought they bring them back down. No?
Can you see this?
So what's that? Yeah, all these green dots.
Yeah,
that's the garbage.
So this is all the trash that we have in here. So green is payload.
What's the rest stuff?
Rocket body debris or unknown.
Do these stuff ever leave orbit?
Yeah, sometimes it just kind of goes in, it falls back down to Earth. Yeah.
No. Like, go somewhere else, not come back
down. Look at all the debris. Let's remove the beams.
Wow.
It's just the debris.
So usually when it enters the atmosphere, it just burns it, right?
Yeah, if it does come back. But a lot of this is already in orbit. It's not going to come back down. You see them moving a little bit?
Very little, yeah. Flickering.
Anyway, the website is called platform.neolabs.space/visualization.
Okay. So I will put this in the description of this episode. So any of you guys wants to go check it out, you can go ahead and check it out. Yeah. I will check it out too, actually. It's kind of cool.
It's kind of neat.
It's cool or disgusting. But okay. Next question.
So we were just talking about toilets, but not shooting stuff in. Anyway. What is the one invention that deserves a national holiday?
National holiday.
Yeah, like a day off because something was invented.
Now or anytime?
Invented at any time.
Anytime. I would think it's the internet. We can call it the Al Gore Day. Oh, that was bad. The internet. I'm sorry.
Okay. If we had a common household item, anything, a fork, a spoon, a plate, a broom, vacuum cleaner, whatever, a sock, it became illegal tomorrow, which item would be causing the most chaos?
So it's illegal, so nobody can own it anymore.
Yeah, it's legal to have it.
It's illegal.
But it's very common. It's very common.
Toilet paper.
Do you think people would be going into chaos? I guess that's true. They did go into chaos.
I don't know why my head always go into the toilet. Whatever you ask, my head just like goes right in there. Don't remember pandemic when toilet paper runs out, people are like crazy. And I was actually just thinking about that today because I mean, it's like I guess the bidet and stuff, it's just not the same. I just feel like you just need to really clean it. And then if I after number 2, if I don't have toilet paper, I go in to take the shower, I don't even want to touch my own butt.
I think a bidet is fantastic for that.
Yeah, but
you can clean your asshole pretty well.
I don't know. I just always feel like if I don't have something abrasive to get it, I just don't feel like it's clean. I guess that's another thing about the dishwasher.
Well, you can finish off. Like if you have the bidet, it gets your butt all wet, so you have to dry it up somehow. So you can finish off with toilet paper.
So that's why you need Japanese toilet. They blow dry your butt too.
Yeah.
Right? But the thing is that can the bidet be advancing a little bit? Actually shoot soap and then has a little robot brush to clean it. And then yeah. And then rinse it. So that I would feel clean.
It does a whole bunch of rinsing, the bidet does. But anyway, I'm a fan of bidets.
You have one?
Yeah, there's one in the room we're going to stay in this summer too. I have 3 bidets and 4 toilets.
Did you put it in or you bought your house like that?
No, I bought them. I put them in.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to talk Robin to putting it in, but we'll see.
Okay, if you had to explain hot water, and how it happens to somebody from 500 years ago, what would you say? How would you even start this conversation?
Well, instead of putting your big pot on top of the burning fire to heat the water.
But you're explaining how.
Oh.
You already know how to do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. So you would start by saying this is how you make hot water?
Yeah, I think so. This is how you make hot water right now. Right? 500 years ago. But instead of that, we just have a bigger pot somewhere. And instead of using wood in the future, there's other type of fuel to heat up the water much faster. Isn't it how you would explain that? Or you could do Wizard of Oz. You could rule the planet and say, we have magic. I'm God. I'm a wizard or, a witch, a good witch. And if you don't listen, you guys are all doomed or something like that. I mean, there are 2 ways, to do it for me. It depends on my mood, I guess. To see if the world domination Ronit ever come out, I would say I'm a good witch from the future.
I think you are a good witch today. Okay, so if aliens stole one invention from Earth, what do you think it would be? Because they're impressed, because they think it's amazing. Not just because it's stupid.
I am thinking that would be silk. Because we use little worms. Silk worm. And mix
But that's not an invention, is it? Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they spit out these stuff. You look at that, you wouldn't. Who would think about using that to make clothing? Because you kill animal, you use the skin before you grab leaves, and all of a sudden you make this beautiful fabric. It's pretty amazing, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good answer. I would have never thought about that, but I think it's a good
Yeah.
answer. Silk is
It's
cool.
kind of cute. Yeah, it's kind of cute. You look at these little. I actually had silkworm for my elementary school project in Hong Kong. So we got these little silkworm, and we put it in a shoebox, and then we feed it with those leaves that I forgot what kind of leaves that they eat. They specifically, and you see them eat, and they just fatten up these like fat little white worms, and then they had a cocoon. But we did not, because you're supposed to boil them at that point. So you kill the butterfly or whatever, the silkworm. I don't know if it's butterfly or moth, but you kill them, and I didn't have the heart to it. So they actually came out, flying out. Pretty cool way. And
Yeah.
I still had the cocoons. But if you want to make the fabric, you have to kill them before they break it, because once they break it, they're not useful anymore. Because it's supposed to be one strand. So if you break it, not you, but the grown up butterfly breaks it to get out, then that's not useful. It was cool.
I think my spouse also had some
Experiment.
silkworms. Yeah, my mom was a school teacher, and we did some stuff like that in school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool.
So if you say you can travel back in time, and you're going back to like 1700, what would you miss the most?
1700. What I would miss the most? Oh,
Toilet paper,
no.
hot water.
No, I think, back then women, I feel like all 4 seasons they just wear a lot of clothing. So in the summertime, I would miss not to be able to wear a tank top and shorts, because it is. I think I would die from the heat. I mean, can you imagine wearing a costume?
It was a lot cooler then than it is now in the summer.
These things, I mean, it's still though summertime.
Yeah, I think it was a lot cooler.
But also, the thing is that, I guess we have more choices on clothing now, because back then it's always just wrap you up, and it's just hard to move around. And that's how I feel right now.
Let me look. Average
temperature
in 1700.
How many, like 5 degrees Celsius? 10?
So it's global average. It's during a little ice age. So it was 13.5 to 13.7 Celsius, which is 56.3 to 56.7. It's a little ice age. They had a little ice age.
In the 1700s?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's their average temperature?
Yeah, 53 to 56.
How about summer?
That's the average year-round temperature.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking about hot days. I mean, I look at all the stuff that they wore is just unbearable.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Clothing choices.
What would I miss? I would probably miss my glasses.
I forgot about that. I can't see a thing usually. I can't see far, I can't see near.
Probably, because, you can't even read. I can't read. I can't read. I can't see anything.
I can't either. So you just kind of not see things, I guess.
Okay, another question. What invention has saved the most marriages? The vibrator.
It's not an invention. That's not an invention.
What is it? What are you thinking? Walk us through. Oh, babysitters. Hey,
like nannies.
Yeah. It does save a lot of people, I guess, from...
Yeah. I mean, they've been around for a long, long time, right? I mean, those rich people, they always had nannies.
Even before, right? Like, even before they always had somebody stay behind in camp to watch over the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, which object in your kitchen has seen the most drama?
The most drama?
Yeah.
Knives.
In your kitchen?
Yeah, I keep bugging my husband because it bugs me. He used paper towel after he cleans his knife, because you should be cleaning your knives in the dishwasher, so you hand wash it and you dry. He will use paper towel to clean it. And I use a regular towel. And he used paper towel to clean it. So at first I thought, oh, is it, if you use paper towel, is it help it so that it won't go dull? And I Googled it, and it doesn't matter. You can just use a regular towel and it's thicker. And then I think it's multiple times he cut his finger because he's fiddling, cleaning with the paper towel. I said, you know what? It makes no difference. Why don't you just get a towel? And he said, well, because it's cool. And I said, you know what? You cut your freaking finger one more time. I won't help you clean up and bandage it up. So it's a lot of drama, the knife.
Does he cry when he gets hurt?
Every time he picks up a knife, I'm nervous.
Does he cry?
I'm nervous. No,
when he's cut? He's a manly man.
He swears, of course. You know, the F words flying everywhere. And I'm like, don't use a stupid paper towel to dry your knife. And I told him, I said, you have no respect for the knives. You know, that he said, no, I totally respect the knives. So, but I don't think he has respect for the knives.
If your vacuum cleaner had a personality, what would it be?
What would it be? It would be personality. How do you mean? Like a character, kind of?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, a personality. Like mine would probably be like pretty anal retentive, you know, because it has to clean all the areas that it needs to clean.
Oh, mine would be, you know, the Beauty and the Beast. Have you ever seen that cartoon?
Yeah.
There was, I forgot her name, that is like dusting everywhere. Like dance, a little sexy.
Okay.
I think
so. You would have a sexy vacuum cleaner. Yeah.
I would, because my vacuum has a kind of like a black light. It would see all the dirt, and I would just imagine it would go around and just like dance around and, you know, touch all the little spots and things like that. And the really deep corners, it'll be like, oh, it'll be okay, and then just leave.
That's funny. That's funny. And so you would dress it up, probably, wouldn't you?
I think it would
put
be
some
fun.
clothes on it. Yeah.
Yeah, put like a little tutu, you know, and
an
then
apron.
Yeah, give it a little wig, you know, and stuff. That'll be fun.
Cool. Okay. If we had evolved to have 4 arms,
okay,
what invention would disappear?
What invention would disappear? 4 arms. No.
I'll tell you what would be much easier. Building IKEA furniture.
Oh my god. But you know what? Honestly, I am getting pretty good at it.
I am getting good at it too, but if you had 4 arms, you'd be even better at it.
I guess so, because you can like hold on to the parts by yourself. It's like you don't have some of them are 2 people jobs.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know what would, you know, for me, what would be easier? I think for sports, playing basketball would definitely be easier. It would be harder to score because if you have 4 arms and any of the sports, a lot of the sports, it would be so much. It's not easier, it's harder for you to score, I would think, if we have 4 arms. But where would you place your arms? What I want to know is.
On my body?
Mm-hmm.
One near the other ones, somewhere. Here, or maybe a little lower. I don't know. Where would you put them? On your head?
Yeah, I would put one on my head.
Why?
And one's sticking out right from my belly.
So, hang on. If you do that, the one on your head, would it be left-handed or right-handed?
It would be right-handed. Because I want to reach high places.
The one on your belly?
The one on my belly, it would act can't even talk. It would act like a balancer. So when my 2 arms trying to pick up something, it will be on the bottom to support it. It's totally logical.
Okay.
You're like, no. It's not.
No, hey, you know, why not? I never thought about putting it, because then you can't put a hat on, you know? And then when you're sleeping, you need a bed that's much longer so your arm can stretch above your head.
Well, then you would have a hat that has a hole.
For your hand, but then your hand would be wet. Or it'd be cold. It'd get cold.
No, the hat can be have a glove, so your hands just kind of hang out on top.
You have to draw this for me. Like, I really want to see, and then I would like to know all the applications of having an arm over your head. Like,
it's so good, especially if you have an attacker that is really tall, like Rich, our friend, 6'4". I would just go up there, bam, and just hit him right in the neck. Right? I don't even need to reach. It's like a straight. It's like a
but then he would use his arm that's coming out of his belly to stop that arm.
But then my arm from the belly would swipe it. And then my regular arm would hit it. It would be the same.
Can you imagine doing kung fu with 4 arms?
It's so good, right?
It would be so difficult. That would be so hard. You'd get your arms confused. Although if you have one above your head and one in your belly and 2 on the sides, obviously, it wouldn't be so confusing. But if you had 4 sticking out of, 2 sticking out of one side and 2 sticking out of the other,
see,
there you would be kind of confused.
I'm telling you.
And then when you shake somebody's hand, if you shake somebody's hand, like, and all your arms are right-handed, or most of them are, and then you have one left-handed one, because you're right-handed, I'm guessing that's why you want to do that. Then how would you shake hands with somebody who maybe has only left-handed hands? Would you even continue shaking hands?
You didn't say that it would only be right-handed or left-handed, though.
No, but you said the one on your head would be right-handed, and then the one on your belly also would be right-handed? So you have 3 right-handed arms.
Left-handed.
Okay.
Like that.
So when you shake hands with somebody and they have, say, 3 left-handed hands, and you have 2 right-handed hands, how do you shake hands? Because you want to shake 2 hands with your 2 arms. The one up top there.
Well, it depends on the
What if their right hand is on their belly and your right hand is on top of your head, so you have to kind of get
shake hands? I guess I'll use this hand and go like, hey.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's very versatile, actually.
Yeah, okay. I'm coming around.
You're not buying. You're like, I don't know about the top and bottom thing going on. That's not very practical. And in my head, I was like,
well, the one on my head, I don't know that I would like that. The one on my head, can you imagine that? You sit in a car, you have to have like a roof that's much higher. Because you're...
No, maybe the hand on top, you could like wrap around yourself and keep your head.
Yeah, but if you're doing a road trip, like that hand would be like, okay, I need to stretch, and it would be like, sorry, I can't stretch.
Wait, so the top, is that hand, what is the resting position? Because our resting position is like this.
Does it fall on the flop in the front of your face? So you want to kiss your husband, you have to lift your arm, kiss him, put your arm around the back of his head.
Can it flop on the side? He said,
I don't know.
Flop on the side. I think it'll be fine.
You have to have like some sort of a shoulder up there too, so that it would be articulated. You asked some very weird questions. Oh wait,
you asked really weird questions. I gave weird answers because your question is weird.
So, okay. So, if we... Hot water made me think about that. If we hibernated instead of continuing to live in the winter, what would it look like for us? What invention would this be, or what would it look like for us?
So the most boring answer would be we would have capsules. We just go in and hibernate, right?
Do we have to get fat before we go in hibernation? Would we have to eat so much food?
I think we need to get fat in the old times. And then because of modern invention, then we go in, we hook ourselves up to a tube to give us nutrients. So we don't really need to, and we'll be like in stasis. We'll get frozen,
And so,
you know?
and
So
so
it's like
the entire
control
world
environment.
would shut down
Yeah. Yeah, we shut down except for a couple
in the
of,
winter.
yeah, except for there will be rotation of people to man the machines to make sure that nobody dies during hibernation. Some
Yeah.
people will probably die, you know? Um, and I think that it's just like that movie. Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, they were flying in the ship, and Chris Pratt was the operator, and he was so bored, and he saw Jennifer Lawrence when he got on the ship, and he was totally in love with her. So he let her out to be with him, and he didn't tell her that he did it intentionally. And then they fell in love, and later on she found out she was so mad at him because they were going to some colony to live or something. They were in stasis supposedly.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's really bad.
Okay, I have one more question, and then I think
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, tell me.
So, of all the things you own, which object have you become emotionally attached to?
All the object that I own.
Yeah.
Emotionally attached to. Oh my gosh, attachment is not a thing for me, especially objects. I'm very Buddhist about this.
Even your
Like
phone?
objects. No. I mean, I look at it all the time, but a lot of things, if I don't have it all of a sudden disappear, I'm fine.
That's my.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I no. I don't get attached. How about you? That thing, your scratcher.
Yeah, I'm like totally emotionally attached to my middle hand.
Isn't it?
I can scratch so many spots with it.
You look
You
like
know, you have
you
an
look like
itch in your ankle. I take advantage of it. It's
maybe
probably
that would
illegal to do what I'm doing with it, but
maybe that would solve the problem, the bidet problem for me.
this is my extra
Bidet's
hand.
not clean enough.
My extra
That's
hand.
right. It looks kind of like that. Now I gotta shake your hand. There you go. Oh my god. So one thing I can tell you that I don't want to live without is dreaming. I love to dream. When I wake up, I can't sleep if I say it to myself, dream, Ronit, go ahead and you have another dream in you. And I'll fall back asleep and dream. I mean, my dreams are fantastic. The other night, I dreamed that there was a cat. I saw a cat got wet into the river. And I went over there and said, "Oh, little kitten, are you okay?" And then the cat said, "Oh, I'm fine. Just get away." And I looked at him. I said, "You can't fucking talk." And then the cat looked at me and said, "I know." So, like, this is the kind of dreams I have. You know, I can't live without things like that. It would be too boring. Life would be too boring without dreams.
Can you imagine the amount of dreams you would have during your hibernation? You'd be dreaming so many dreams.
Oh, that would be so good.
Because it would last for so long. You'd wake up, you'd be all refreshed.
Yeah.
Your arm would stretch. Oh!
Yeah.
And run in front. Oh, like a big old arm penis.
That's okay. When you call it that, then I'm not sure if I want to. But anyway, okay.
All right.
Well, we're about at time, so this is a fun topic. You know what we'll do with ourselves, some of the stuff that we have or we don't have, or innovative way to use it. So we like to hear what you guys think about that. So let us know. So with that
Yeah.
said, I'm Ronit on the East Coast.
And I'm Westgate on the West Coast. And I'll be seeing you.
We'll be seeing you. And we
And
are
we are hopelessly
unedited. Close. We're very close. Anyway, yeah, okay. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.